Show. It is officially day 9 of Women's History Month, and yes, I have a little piece of women's history for you. The first Women's History Day took place in 1909, with International Women's Day becoming a holiday in 1911. Y'all, which is what we celebrated yesterday. It's always an empowering and entertaining experience here on the Sandra Show, including my empowering band. Y'all give it up for the Culture! Come on!
Women.
Guys! It's all about women empowerment this month.
Hey, we appreciate y'all.
What are y'all? Thank you so much.
We appreciate y'all.
And I'm sure y'all are empowering your wives at home. And John, your future wife will be empowered.
Watch out now.
No comment. Listen, we have
Watch
a fantastic show for y'all today, featuring the one and only Princess Banton-Lofters from Real Housewives of Atlanta. And we're going to learn about some of the most creative ways to decorate your room from a fire interior designer. So y'all sit back, relax, grab your favorite chair, and kick your feet up because it's time to what? Hey! Come on! Yeah! Let's get it started! Oh yeah!
You better hold that note.
Woo, don't play with me. Listen, my first guest today is a force to be reckoned with in the reality television world. If you watch a lot of reality television, you might know of a little show called, it ain't little, y'all, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Joining us via Skype, please welcome the CEO of Loft 22 Entertainment and founder of Bravo's Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise, Princess Banton-Lofters. Hello there.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
It's an honor to have you. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Sandra Show. So many of us are fans of your work and everything that you do. Indeed.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. So you were born in Jamaica and you were raised in Canada. Can you tell us what was that like?
Yeah, sure. So I think for a lot of people, a lot of immigrants, my parents decided really early that in order for us to have an opportunity, we would have to go abroad, as we call it.
Mm-hmm.
And so my decision very, very early, I think I was about 8 years old when my mom, she left, went to Canada, came back and got us. And, I'm grateful for the opportunity to have been able to go to a whole nother country that afforded me some great opportunities. And, and then now in the US living here, I feel like that also afforded me another set of opportunities that I think even Canada wouldn't. So, I'm a double immigrant.
You're a double immigrant. I love it. Well, it's amazing the groundwork and the sacrifices that our parents make so that we can build and be better. And you are definitely a role model in that sense. Could you please tell us, when did you came to America when you were 8 years old?
No, I came to Canada. I left Jamaica. Yeah, so by the time I settled into Canada, I was about 8 or 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was still, and then I didn't get to the U.S. until I was 29.
Oh wow!
My husband, who's in the medical field, he's an orthodontist. He definitely, pushed me, steered me to the U.S.
Of course.
I definitely account me being here because of him. I was dating him. This is where he was. I want to be where he was. So that's how I ended up in the U.S. And thank the Lord that happened, because it allowed me the opportunity to put this big dream into fruition and really follow that dream. I won't even get into it now. Canada, for sure, isn't as progressive. It's getting there, but the U.S. allowed me that opportunity. So I'm forever grateful. Yes, absolutely.
That's amazing. Now, Princess, you were a mother. You were a young mother. Tell us about having your first child at such a young age and how it impacted your journey.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people meet my my I have two children. So
Mm-hmm.
my baby and my biological. My son is about to be 30. I'm sorry,
Wow.
about to be 30. He's 30.
Uh-huh.
And so give my age away, but what I'll say is that yes, honey. But we're very close in age, and I think that having him at the time, I had a village around me that
Mm-hmm.
refused to from
That
teachers
part.
to and I'm West Indian, like you said. I was born in Jamaica. So
Mm-hmm.
as a couple get together as a
Yes.
village, and
Yes.
that's what we do. And that's what happened in my case. I carried my son on my hip. I was in the ninth grade, and I just kind of pushed forward. Nothing really changed for me in terms of my ability to know what I wanted for my future, outside of the fact that I had this child to care for. So my focus solely became being a mother, taking care of him, and providing for him the life that I wanted him to live, whether I
Mm-hmm.
had him at or I had him, as a teenager. And that was my goal and my mindset. So, he's my best friend. My kids are my best friend. And yeah, it was difficult. I won't, take that away from anything. Being a teen mom is not easy. You're a baby yourself. I was a child, raising a child, but I had a
Mm-hmm.
village that helped me in my case. And I just knew that I had more than myself to think about, and I had to focus on providing for him. So
And
yeah,
I think that does help you stay a lot more focused when you have that child there, knowing that that life is depending on you and what you do. Wow, such a beautiful thing. Now, we have that in common. I had my son at a very young age. I have a 34-year-old son as well. And it's a motivating, he was so motivating to me. But I will say, when we started hanging out and doing little things when he got older, I don't know if this happened to you, but they look like they could be with us, right? So I would tell my son, you need to back up a little bit. You're too cute. People are going to think that you're with me instead of my child. And we used to laugh about that so much. So
yeah,
funny. So,
absolutely.
same thing for you?
Absolutely. My son gets irritated to this day if somebody asks about me. And and honestly, to be candid about it, everybody thought he was my mom's son because I was in grade, and I was very small. I looked like young, and everybody just assumed he was my mom's. And we kind of just nobody really super corrected it. We were like a family, even though he was my son. We all he was all of he was all of ours,
That's
friends included.
beautiful. So,
Yeah.
Princess, you are the founder of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Could you talk to us about how that came to be an entire
Oh boy.
franchise?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try to give you the shortest version I can, and I'll only talk about mine because the franchise itself, like you said, is a Bravo franchise that was created in Orange County. Is created by somebody called named Scott Dunlap, and he went on with a production company to have that very first franchise. And so I'm giving you the fast version of how mine came about. But basically, it just boiled down to, for me, right place, right time, met the right person. I did not come from a television background. And I always make sure to tell people that because it's part of my inspiration to somebody else who's trying to do something that they may think they're not qualified for. So I did not come from a television background. I came from the beauty world and then finance. But I had this idea and met a producer. He used to be the CEO of BET, Chris Gadsden. And I just said, hey, I have a great idea. And it started with another show. It led us to a producer in LA who had done Orange County. And while I was there pitching this other concept, I started to talk to him about his franchise that they did called Real Housewives of Orange County. And for me, being in the US such a short amount of time, I just kept thinking, I would love to see Black women represented on our screen. Just
Yes.
like this, I felt like me living in Atlanta and seeing these women that were fabulous, drove fancy cars, lived in beautiful homes, shopped with the finest, and sat and really had a place, but nobody was showing that side of
Right.
us in, and I really just fought for that. And I was very aggressive, very, and I said, hey, look, let me just go home, to Atlanta and do this. And we'll see what happens. And I reached out to friends and, got referrals. And, I don't do a whole lot of telling the story because I think that, I love the sacredness of being able to know that this is 15 years later and the women are the stars there. They're the ones that allow you in their homes. But for me, once it happened, I was just happy that it happened. I was happy to be there. I produced season on the beginning stages of seasons 1, 2, and 3. Certainly all of the seasons that launched the franchise, to be able to grow into what it is today. But yeah, I interviewed women. Started off with a few, led me to the amazing Nene Leakes, who I said, "Hey, who are your friends?"
Yes.
She introduced other women, and here we are 15 years later, and I'm proud of that. And I'm proud that being a Black woman, making an impact and showing other Black women represented on television was my goal. And so I think we achieved that. And 15 years later, I just sit back and I'm very private, and I just let the show do its thing, because the show itself is the shining star, and the women that allow us in their living rooms every day. So yeah, I'm proud of it.
Well, as you are proud of it, we are proud of you. And it's Women's History Month, and I say we celebrate you as well for 15 years of excellence. We congratulate you. I have one more question before we have to go to break. You have a nonprofit. It's called Producing Princesses. It's absolutely amazing. Would you tell us what motivated you to start Producing Princesses?
Yeah. So I wanted I know that I wish doing some of the things I was doing early on, I wish I had a mentor. I did it a little later in life, but I went out and started mentoring young women. I found that there was a lot of young teenage women, especially because I was a young teen mom. I wanted to give them an opportunity to know that they could, excel in the art entertainment field. I did it. If I could do it, they could do it. And I just slowly started mentoring people just on my own without a foundation. I went to Locke Collegiate in LA, did that for 3 months, and it really drove the nail forward for me. And I said, I have to do this. And I started the foundation, and the foundation, I'm really, really proud of it. It basically centers around, like I said, young women, giving them an opportunity to experience arts and entertainment from people who have done it. So myself, other women in the industry that I know that are, part of this entertainment space. And we just mentor young girls, everything from camps to, I did a vision board party with a girlfriend of mine, Jazzy McBee from the radio. And so stuff, and it's just a great opportunity to be able to mentor them.
That's amazing. That is so awesome. For all you do, one of the most amazing things we can do in life is to give back, to pay it forward. So with that being said, y'all, once again, Miss Princess Lofters, thank you for joining us. We are going to take a short break, but we'll be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere. Hello and welcome back to the Sasandra Show. I cannot stress how important it is to celebrate and discuss all the amazing Black businesses around the world. When I tell you there is nothing like Black excellence, I call it #Melanin Monday. Today we have a magnificent interior designer who has some amazing designs to share with us. So please welcome Miss Donyea Tollie. I said it. Yes! Yeah, it's so great to have you here. I've been looking at your work and it is fantastic.
Thank you
welcome.
so much. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
I'm so happy to be here.
So listen, how long have you been designing houses?
Designing houses in my head all my life, but
Really? So you just kind of came out and you was like, yes.
I didn't know exactly what it was, but like there was something there. I was always artistic.
Wow.
And it came out in the form of interior design. So
Really?
I've been actually implementing designs for going on 20 years.
Look at this.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
That's Wakanda chic.
Wakanda chic, y'all.
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Can you see that out there by your food? This is stunning. So who have some of your clients been thus far?
Thus far, I have got to design for a wide range of clients. I'm happy to say that I have been designing for Black people lately here.
Yay!
And, very affluent Black people. So I love designing for people who I can actually resonate with, like who I actually identify with, because my designs tend to be very ethnically inspired. And I like to bring, culture into the home.
Well, you have definitely done it. It is absolutely amazing. It can be really hard to figure out what looks best in a bedroom or a bathroom. I mean, I'm horrible at interior design. What has been trending when it comes to house and room design?
Okay, so what is actually trending is definitely the modern clean lines. Definitely going into the moody type of vibe, so like dark rooms, really black. There's also a Bordeaux that I really love.
Really?
Like a maroonish color.
Yes.
Navy blues.
You say Bordeaux, I think wine.
Yeah, exactly. Wine. There you go.
Okay.
So definitely going into that, going away from the traditional. You won't see any heavy cherry or anything like that anymore. You'll see walnut, you'll see white oak, and also even white rooms are still in. So,
Really?
yeah.
I'm so glad because I love a white room.
Yeah, you have to have it to neutralize yourself from the
Has
day,
anyone
so.
ever did just a black room, all black?
I haven't had a chance to do just all black yet, but I just did a theater room. We did do black walls, but we injected some orange in there.
Well, I think we should take a look at some of this work you've done. Look at this theater room.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. The colors are so warm. The chairs look so comfy.
They are so comfy. They are definitely the most comfortable chairs ever.
Oh my goodness.
You sit in them and you see the little switches over on the side.
Yes.
They recline back, forward, the back goes down, comes up.
Stop it.
Yeah, so
You
when you go in here,
Can
you're
it
going to
stir
stay
my
here for a
drink?
long time.
Can it stir my drink?
It can't start.
No, stop it.
But
listen,
you know what? We're going to put that on the list.
These chairs, though, some of them, you can plug your phones into them.
Yes,
you can do
do
all
that
kind
there.
of cool stuff with them.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Now, is this a bed in the back that you decided to put back there?
That is a day bed in the back.
A day bed.
So you know how you go into theater rooms and you typically see this tiered seating?
Yes.
We changed it up because this is a family space. So we wanted to fit as many booties back there as we could.
Yes.
And you can actually lounge and lay down back there. So it's the most comfortable day bed that you will ever lay in.
It looks
and
so.
everyone that goes in there, they get lost.
Really? Now, you know where else I can get lost? I could get lost in the bathroom. The bathroom is beautiful.
So this actually came about because it was a great opportunity because there was actually a leak that caused the bathroom to have to get gutted. So we took the opportunity to make this boys' bathroom into what it is, and we did a lot of material play with all the different tiles. This is the existing vanity, so we repurposed it into this room, but we brought in the moody colors with the navy.
Yep. Beautiful.
And it turned out really nice.
So can we do a room like this on a budget, or tell us how we can actually decorate a nice room on a decent budget?
You can do it on a budget for sure.
Because we know affluent, and then we know we can't do it. Somebody next
I'm taking that one.
You know what?
Okay. So absolutely, you can do this on a budget. You just have to be smart and practical. The thing about it is doing it in phases. Don't try to do everything all at one time. Focus on the places where you get the big impact with paint and furniture and flooring.
Paint
and lighting.
Flooring. Okay, and what else? And all of everything else that goes on the walls. Oh my goodness.
With those few things, if you have a nice starting place, most times you don't get a chance to go into just an all empty blank room. You kind of have to work with what you have. That's one way to save a lot of money. But if you have a way to work with what you have and add pillows, a nice area rug, fresh coat of paint is always the way to go when you are trying to transform a room.
It's some fresh paint. Have you ever had someone ask you to do a room on a budget?
Oh, all the time.
And so what is the least amount of money you've been given and you've just changed everything around? Give us some hope.
You know, honestly, I did a boys' bedroom. Oh yes, that is
stunning.
So that's actually my house.
Really?
Yes.
We coming to your house, and I'm gonna take that.
Okay. Yes. So
this is beautiful.
This is actually, I did a one-room challenge. It's an interior design kind of event that happens twice a year, spring and fall. So I took the opportunity to do my actual hallway. So this is Armored in Beauty, modern woman vibes.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's stunning. So where are some good places to buy decorations? Tell us, where do you buy decorations, and can we be on a budget with where you buy decorations?
Well, you know, honestly, a good place that I love is Home Goods. You can you can always find some stylish goods at a decent price.
Yes.
And you can go in there and decorate a whole home. So I would say that's it. But to go back to your question about the bedroom that I was telling you about as far as a budget, I did a bedroom on about a $2,000 budget.
Really?
Yeah. So
but that wasn't including the bed. That's just decorating, right?
Actually, it was the bed.
Really?
So yeah, I had a custom bed made through Skyline. It's a company that you can be very customized with and get exactly what you want. So we did a boys' bedroom in navy blue, and we did a upholstered headboard, and everything else was from IKEA.
Really?
Yeah.
So can you tell us, before we have to go, what is the number one thing people make, like the mistake they make when they're trying to renovate a room? What's the number one mistake we make?
Hiring me.
Bam! And with that being said, thank y'all so much for joining us today. We're gonna say goodbye for now. Yo, Chris!
Everybody, are you ready to
Come on! Thank you, Donyea.
Yeah, go scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen. Why? Because we got way more exclusive content for you right here on the Sasandra Show, only on Afro TV, Comcast Xfinity Channel 16, 23, and Roku. Yeah!
Hello, everyone. If you are at work, at home, y'all drop everything and tune in, because it's time for the Sasandra Show!
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just kidding. Don't y'all get fired. Don't drop everything at work. Listen, speaking of fired, y'all